Hello, everyone. Welcome to Coaching Think Talk. So, I am Coach Candee Teng from Life Coach Philippines, and this is Coaching for Mental Fitness. So, this coaching conversation is for individuals who wants to become mentally fit so they can be empowered to take full responsibility and accountability with their decisions in life, regardless of their mental state. And, and my mission is to empower 1 million individuals to become mentally fit so they can courageously journey outside of their comfortable lifestyle towards the recovery of their broken name, broken identity, and broken dreams so that they can design and truly live a life of responsibility or a life of stewardship. So thank you for joining me live today, and please leave your digital footprints by letting us know where you are coming from today. And please do tag a friend and circulate this video to help us reach more individuals who might be in need of what I'll be sharing for this session. So you may also give some shout outs to people you want to greet and reach out with some inspiring message. And of course, if you are watching this on a replay, please do comment #replay. So I am streaming via FB page of Life Coach Philippines and YouTube channel Coach AI-Connect. So if you are new to our platform, please like, follow, and subscribe. And for this session, I will be talking about reducing your anxiety or reduce anxiety and better overall mood. Ayan. So are you someone who is experiencing anxiety? So when I'm talking about anxiety, it's the regular anxiety. It can be the regular anxiety towards having anxiety disorders. Okay, so if you're someone who's experiencing anxiety, please do share with me how you manage, how you respond when anxiety strikes, and how do you or what systems do you have to elevate to better your mood when anxiety strikes. Hello, hello, Coach Team. Great afternoon. Ayan. So, in case you're meeting me for the first time, my name is Coach Candee Teng. Again, I am from Life Coach Philippines. I am a professional actively co-create certified life coach and a mental health coach with a coaching focus on healing and recovery through mental fitness. And I am, of course, a master builder apprentice of Master Coach A, and we build tribe as we help your unstoppable dream to come true. And of course, I am a proud scholar of Master Coach A's Tribe Speak, a six-step, six-figure career training program. And we will be having our Samut Summit virtual talk this coming August 10 and 11. And of course, I invite you to join us. So I will be with my fellow scholars, no, and fellow public speakers, and we will be sharing with you a 5-minute talks with different topics, ranging from different topics. From in my case, of course, it's mental fitness. For others, we have singlehood, we have womanhood, we have motherhood, we have fatherhood as well, and then we have men empowerment, women empowerment. We also have creativity, and of course, skin and radiance. O, di ba may ganon na skin? So, yeah. So, I really invite you to join us. This is of no monetary investment. So I think someone will be able to share the link on the comment below for the registration. Okay. So this is my group. I am the creator and founder of When Comfort is Not Too Comfortable Coaching Community. And the aim of this group, of course, is to help individuals to become mentally fit, to heal and recover from their broken identity, broken name, and broken dream so that they can courageously journey outside of their comfortable lifestyle to live responsibly. And if you can see there, it says that you can either be comfortable with pain or pain with comfort, because life offers rewards and lessons for every choice that you make. And oftentimes, when you talk about comfortable or comfort zone, it is not limited to the physical space, to the physical comfort. This can be our mental comforts, this can be our emotional comfort. So, this can be our cage. It has cages because, of course, we all understand that when you want to journey outside of your comfort zone, okay, it's unknown, it can be scary, you can be fearful because you don't know what can happen to you, no. So this group will allow you to really develop your mental fitness so you can gain that courage to be able to step out of your comfort. Because oftentimes when we know that um, we need to grow and we want to grow, but because we are afraid of the unknown, we are afraid of fear, or we are fearful of change, of course, eventually we choose to stay within our comfort. So eventually, as it grows, you can be pained with your comfort. And of course, when this happens, it will not do any good with your mental health, with your emotional health. So if you're someone who wants to get out of your comfortable lifestyle, in your comfort zone, but you need someone to journey with you, then I invite you to connect with me. I invite you to join my group. So that is actually the name of the group, When Comfort is Not Too Comfortable Coaching Community. And of course, I've been always saying this. I am a proud coachee of Master Coach A. So we have been in a partnership for 3 years, and I have been working on my mental wellness and my mental fitness from day zero talaga, from day one since I met Master Coach A. And until now, we are still working on my mental fitness. So I was clinically diagnosed before with multiple mental illnesses. And as I got into life coaching, as I went through the process, I trusted Master Coach A. And yeah, eventually healing happened. Healing happened. I honestly didn't know that it was possible. I was just looking for ways to manage myself, ways to manage my condition, but just going through the process, trusting myself. I began to trust myself. I began, of course, trusting my coach. Yan, solid yan, no? And I trusted the process. Even if I didn't understand the process, even if I don't know, no, what the process is, I would just really just trust my coach. Even if there are times I couldn't trust myself, I just trust my coach because ang maganda doon is yung coach ko, si Master Coach A, never fails to believe in me and see the best in me. And we all need someone like that to journey with us in life, especially when you are going through mental challenges, mental difficulties. And through that, no, through that, I really got to heal. I really got to heal from my mental conditions. And this is now us still, when you get healed, no, from your mental illnesses, from your mental condition, it doesn't exempt you to not work on your mental health and your mental fitness. It actually is the more you have to work on your mental fitness, even as you get healed, because in mental health, there is no such thing as status quo. When you don't do something, you will naturally deteriorate. So you have to keep on working on your mental fitness. And as you become mentally fit, you level up. So that's the beauty in life coaching is you continuously level up. That's why you get to as well realize your full potential as a human being, because that is a very, very much aligned to the definition of what mental health is according to WHO. So when you talk about WHO definition of mental health, it talks about your state of well-being where you get to realize your own potential, you get to cope with the normal stresses of life. And would you agree with me right now during this pandemic, this is the new normal and people have not really accepted this. People have not been able to cope up. That's why they are facing their different mental challenges. And of course, it's your ability to work productively and fruitfully. And of course, lastly, you're able to make a contribution to your community. And this is what life coaching is all about. And this is how I am really developing my mental health is I am continuously investing in myself, in my learning to become mentally fit. And then, of course, as I become mentally fit, I get to cope up with the stresses, even the new normal, the stresses of this life. And I am able to work productively and fruitfully. And of course, lastly, through this profession, I am able to make a contribution to my community. Ayan. So that in itself encompasses mental health and mental fitness. O, di ba? Passionate ako. So before I proceed, I see ano, no, our fellow digital learners. So we have ano, Risha. Ayan, we have Risha, we have Mini. Hello, hello. And we have Master Coach Hasmin. We have Coach Partner, no, si Coach Part, si Coach Rizel, na napakalayo na nandun lang banda dito sa DCAP. Okay, we have Coach Lynn as well. Ayan. So of course, if you want to know more about my journey and you want to connect with me, um, here's my Facebook page. It's Life Coach Candy. And of course, if you want to join my group, this is my group when comfort is not too comfortable coaching community. And throughout this process, if you want to learn more about my process, how healing is really possible through life coaching and through working with your mental fitness, then I invite you to connect with me personally. So this is my Facebook account. So I don't have any Facebook account. Okay, so if you see my name with a different picture or device versa, no, that is not me. I only have this, and this is the actual look of my FB timeline. Okay, so yan yon. Okay, so if it's different, it's not me. And of course, I invite you to like Cup Coffee Republic. This is the home of certified life coaches here in the Philippines, and as you can see, I am here. Ayan, di ba? I am on the dining area. In the background, of course, are different paintings of Coach Danny. Ayan. And this is, of course, a very safe space, a home, a refuge to many, including me. So this is a very, very important ecology. And in terms of mental fitness and mental health, it is very important for you to look into your ecology because your ecology matters in the process of healing. And for those people who don't have that safe space, well, Cup Coffee Republic is here and we are a safe space and we value, of course, and we advocate mental health and mental fitness. So if you just need a place to rest, so for rest, you need a refuge, no? And you don't want to get to your home, you don't want to, alam mo yun, nandoon yung gulo sa bahay, you can just come here, you can just read a book, and you can just dine in. Pwede ka lang tumambay sa sofa, you can just stare at the blank wall, ayan. So you are very, very much welcome. And of course, I invite you as well to become a channel of love and hope as you bless someone with a meal from Cup Coffee Republic. And along with your meal, of course, let your personal message inspire someone today. So you can put a message of love, a message of inspiration, a message of encouragement, a message of ano pa ba, forgiveness. Ayan. So let us help you bring light into someone's life, especially this season, especially ngayong lockdown na naman. We are open for pickup and delivery. So be blessed all the more for being a blessing to other people. Ayan na si April. I see April. Hello. So before I begin, of course, I invite you to become intentional in getting your hashtag pack my bag moment. So these are key points, aha moments, word sharings, lessons, powerful truths that resonates with your heart, powerful truths that even pinches your heart. Yung parang, aray coach, masakit yon. Ayan, yan siya. And this is your epiphanies, yung mga, yun pala yun. Ang animated ko. Yes. Okay, so when you usually get this, you say, I'm done, I got it, I got what I came for, I can leave. But then again, we are just starting, of course, no? So I encourage you to join me and journey with me through this episode. And of course, you can put your hashtag pack my bag moment on your timeline so you get to bless other people as well, especially for those who needs to hear and see your aha moment, especially during this time. We all know that we are experiencing anxiety and elevated level of stress, then I'm sure it can help someone today. Ayan. So if you want, of course, to put the context so people will know where your hashtag pack my bag moment comes from, of course, you can put hashtag coaching think talk and coach and hashtag mentally fit Philippines. Ayan, or mentally fit. So again, this is coaching for mental fitness. So when you talk about mental fitness, it is your ability to cope with and meet the psychological demands of life without undue fatigue or damage to your mind and body. So this includes as well the basic necessary psychological tasks of everyday living, but also more robust, more resilient psychological demands of high performance, no? Especially if you are in your work, okay, and you are doing something. And your mental fitness is actually a personal framework for understanding what you can do as an individual, and it is used to build a happier and more productive life. And when you talk about mental fitness, it talks about habits, systems in place for you mentally, for you to become mentally fit so that you can go towards the success that you want in life. So if you are into success, no, you want to go into the successful completion of your goal, accomplishment of your dreams, mental fitness is very critical in life. Okay, so you cannot be successful really without any form of mental fitness. Ayan. So if you're looking for success and happiness, tada, welcome to the space. This is coaching for mental fitness. Now let's talk about anxiety. So what comes to your mind when you hear or see this? Okay, you can just of course see this picture. This picture speaks a lot about anxiety, okay? So what you see in this picture, or if you hear the word anxiety, what comes to your mind, or if you're someone who's experiencing anxiety, then feel free to share with me. Usually, when you are anxious, what happens to you? What do you feel, or what do you do to manage anxiety? So I really, really like this picture because in picture, pag nakita mo, it's cluttered with many letters. It's cluttered with many blocks, no? Ayan, sabi ni Nini, mixed triggers. Yes, ang ganda. Yes, thank you, Lou. Yan, so you can see so many things. You can see clutters, kalat-kalat siya. So usually, when we experience, we usually, but when we experience anxiety, this is how our brain actually would look like. Masyado siyang kalat. Yung thought process natin kalat, di ba? And lahat na lang kalat-kalat siya, and it's really disorderly. It's really cluttered. And we actually all experience a degree of anxiety in our lives. It doesn't mean if you are experiencing anxiousness is that you already have an anxiety disorder. It doesn't mean that way, okay? We please do know that we all experience a degree of anxiety in our lives. Anxiety is an emotion, and it is really normal. It is part of our daily life. So practically, no one is free from it. And it is again a natural human state and a vital part of your life. So paano siya naging vital? No? So later on, I will explain. So in fact, there are of course several ways that you can use anxiety to your advantage. But when we talk about anxiety, it always have a negative connotation to us, no? Because automatic when you talk about anxiety, natural pathy, you're thinking about stressors, you're thinking about problems, you are problem actually pag hindi you can be you cannot be anxious without any fear. Okay, so interrelated yan, this is connected. But anxiety is actually your body's built-in wake up call that alerts you against danger. And when fear sets in, so kailangan talaga ang anxiety may fear, so you cannot really be anxious without any fear. Okay, so when fear sets in, your body releases hormones that create the fight, flight, or even freeze response, and we react. We normally just react to it, no? So the brain doesn't get much time to analyze the responses. It doesn't really get to analyze what's right or wrong, especially when the adrenaline rush in. And the worst, of course, upshots of anxiety is that it makes you feel insecure, and you get to start questioning your own thoughts. You get to start questioning your own decisions. You get to start questioning your inner strengths, and eventually your coping mechanism starts to fail. Ayan, kung sino dito yung mga nakaka-hashtag relate, yan, hashtag relate. Ayan. Sabi ni Mimi, lots of blockages and clearances po. Yan yung nakikita niya sa picture. Okay? Right. So, when anxiety triggers in, we all have that naturally, no, nagugulat ka, nagpapanik ka, you have that fight, flight, freeze response. And your body's physiological reaction to perceive. Remember that this can also as well be a perceived physical or mental threat. Perceived. Because when you talk about threat, like imminent danger, it has to be really, really like physical danger na there, na ikamamatay mo, like may sasak sa'yo. Or, yeah, usually yun, talaga yun, siya. It's really imminent danger. But in terms of anxiety, this can be your perceived threats, mental threats or physical threats. And generally speaking, when this happens, no, the signs of anxiety, automatically, dahil nga na-recognize, na pick up na brain mo it's anxiety, your body's reaction to stress will become very, very different. And often, when you talk about anxiety, it may not be that ano no that ganun kalala, no, but it can be you're just anxious or you're fearful of things to come. And this type of anxiety is normal and can be, of course, expected to hit during certain life events, especially during now, ECQ, di ba? It's really unknown, hindi mo alam ano pwede mangyari tomorrow. So naturally, you will really become anxious. And the problem here, the difficulty lies if this anxiousness becomes prolonged and it actually persists, that it becomes anxiety disorder. So what it means to become anxiety, you have an anxiety disorder, is that the anxiousness is already impeding your function. It's already hindering the way you function in your normal day-to-day life. And often, no, people with anxiety disorders often experience these intense emotions, the anxiety, for prolonged periods of time, which can, of course, like I said, impact their day-to-day living. And of course, if you don't know, anxiety disorder is the most commonly diagnosed mental illness. And according to actually, no, National Institute of Mental Health, occasional anxiety is an expected part of life, and you might feel anxious when, of course, faced with a problem at work before taking a test sa mga students dito, or making an important decision, ayan, life change, especially life-changing decisions. But anxiety disorders involve more than temporary worry or fear. For a person with an anxiety disorder, the anxiety does not go away and can get worse over time. So the symptoms can interfere with daily activities such as job performance, school, work, and even relationships, that eventually you get to see you isolating yourself. Ayan, di ba? Masaya to. And when I say masaya, hindi ibig sabihin masayang may anxiety disorder ka. But the next few slides, of course, I will be sharing with you natural ways that you can really boost your mood, no? So, I'll be sharing with you na ang tanong dito, Coach, is this applicable for people who are suffering from regular anxiety and people who are suffering from anxiety disorders? Yes, what I will be sharing with you is across the board, can be applied even if you're just anxious or you're someone with anxiety disorder. Okay? Okay, so what are the ways that you can naturally boost your overall health, your overall mood? Now, ayan, di ba? Of course, water, ha? Ayan, water. Yes, you have to drink enough fluids to stay hydrated. Now, here's the thing. Every system in the human body counts on water to function. And of course, your brain is no exception. So in fact, about 75% of your brain tissue is water. And research has linked dehydration to depression and anxiety because mental health is driven malamang primarily by your brain's activity. So malamang pag if you are dehydrated, nag-slow yung functioning ng brain mo. So long story short, dehydration causes your brain functioning to slow down and not function properly. So it is important to think of water as actually the basic nutrient your brain needs. O di ba usually ang alam lang natin, di ba, is we have to be dehydrated to be able to function, but it's the same way. It directly relates and it directly affects your brain as well, your mental health. And dehydration is the number one cause of stress in your body, and we all know that anxiety is triggered by stress. Now, unknowingly, if you are dehydrated, you are already triggering your physical body and it creating stress for your physical body. And of course, if that happens, malamang lalabas ang cortisol, magre-release ang cortisol, which is the stress hormone. Okay? So it's actually a cycle. Dehydration can cause stress, and stress can cause dehydration. So when you're stressed, your adrenal glands, of course, sinabi ko na, produce extra cortisol, which is the stress hormones. And of course, if you are into under chronic stress, your adrenal glands can become exhausted and resulting, of course, in lower electrolyte levels. So drinking sufficient water can help reduce the negative psychological and physiological impact of stress that eventually leads to anxiety. And water has been shown to have, of course, natural calming properties. Now, if you're someone who experiences anxiety, di ba, especially if it's already anxiety attack, no? Di ba, pag nagpapanik tayo, eventually binibigyan, di ba, pag sinasabi sa atin, or we are into a state na very emotional tayo, di ba, umiiyak tayo and everything, humahagulgul ka. Hindi ba, oftentimes, palagi tayo sinasabihan ng mga tao around us na calm down, and then ano ang unang inaabot? Glass of water, o di ba? Now it makes sense. Hashtag relate, hashtag aha, pack my bag moment. So again, likely as a result, it addresses really the dehydration effects on your body and your brain. So drinking enough water is an important step, of course, in managing your anxiety. So even if you're not experiencing, of course, anxiety, pwede siyang prevention. Drinking sufficient water can create feelings of relaxation. Of course, it hydrates your body and it allows your body to function properly. Okay? So, just for a tip, if you're someone who's experiencing panic attacks and you don't know kung saan talaga siya nanggagaling, no? Here's a thing, that panic attacks are common result of high anxiety caused by dehydration as well. So panic attacks typically have physical triggers, and one of those triggers is actually dehydration. And when dehydration occurs, if you're prone to panic attacks, you can easily begin to panic, even to the point of feeling like you're dying kasi nga dehydration, na dehydrate yung katawan mo, na bumabagal yung functioning and everything, and feeling mo, di ba, nag-slow down yung body function mo, and you will have that feeling like you're dying. So when dehydrated, you expose yourself to many of the symptoms that triggers panic attacks, such as increased heart rate, headaches, muscle fatigues, and weakness. And of course, you alam mo yung feeling of lightheadedness and feeling of you're going to faint, of course. So while keeping yourself hydrated may not, of course, stop the panic attacks, they may become less frequent, or at least you can prevent this from happening. Yeah. So, kamusta? O, nandyan pa ba kayo? I think we have Abby. Yeah. Hello, Abby. Thank you for joining. Yan. Welcome. Yan. Next, if of course, is mindful eating. So, mindful eating of what you consume to your body. Mindful eating, you want to be mindful if the food that you are eating has nutritional values for your health, because of course where you get your nutrients, of course basic nutrients, from the food that you eat. And of course a lack of essential nutrients is known to contribute to the onset of poor mental health in people, of course, suffering from anxiety and depression, bipolar disorder, schizophrenia, and even ADHD. So there is an emerging, of course, scientific evidence that suggests that there should be a bigger role, if you haven't heard about nutritional psychiatry in mental health within conventional, of course, health services, then I encourage you to connect with me, or I encourage you to watch my episode on coaching for mindful eating, where I mentioned nutrition, nutritional psychiatry. So this is a field of science, a field of medicine, wherein they look at really food, how it affects your mood, how it affects your mental health, which is very, very effective. And of course, I'm sure you have heard that food is a natural cure, and yes, you can really use food to help cure your mental health challenges. And of course, the next one is supplements. Ayan. So several supplements, of course, promote stress and anxiety reduction. So if you're someone who is, of course, not into meat, there are certain nutrients that is only available or high in meat, no? So if this is not possible, you can have a supplement. Ibig sabihin supplement, supplement niya yung nutrition mo, okay? So I'll be giving you some that you can use that is very helpful in terms of anxiety. So if you know lemon balm, so lemon balm is a member of the mint family, di ba? And when you usually smell this, you get to naturally have that relaxation effect. So it is well known for its studies for anti-anxiety effects. So if you want to know the source of this, you may feel free to connect with me, okay? You also have omega-3 supplementation, which actually showed a 20% reduction in your anxiety symptoms. Now, for these researchers, the data suggests that omega-3s can, of course, reduce inflammation on your brain, reduce inflammation in your body, and of course, in anxiety. Syempre, pag nagre-reduce yung inflammation sa brain, yung anxiety, it also prevents or tawag dito, reduces your anxiety symptoms. And next one is green tea. So green tea contains many polyphenol antioxidants, which provides health benefits. It lowers stress and anxiety by increasing serotonin levels, and of course, green tea as well promotes the new neurons. It promotes new neuron cells to develop in your body. Next, exercise. I'm sure you've been hearing all about this, di ba? Paulit-ulit. Bakit nga ba water, bakit food, but supplement, but exercise? But here, I am really explaining to you as how important it is. Okay? So, exercise helps in terms of stress hormones, no? Because exercise lowers your body stress hormones, such as, again, cortisol. And it also helps release endorphins, which are chemicals that improve your mood and act as natural painkillers. Ito din yung function ng mga medicine in the medicines used for the mental illnesses, no? It helps, of course, release endorphins as well. And of course, when you get to exercise, again, if you're having anxiety, eventually you get to have sleepless nights, eventually have insomnia, no? When you get to exercise, exercise can help improve your sleep quality, which can, of course, be negatively affected by stress and anxiety. And of course, naturally, when we exercise, my natural boost of confidence. Okay, so if you want to know the science of how exercising boosts your confidence, I encourage you to watch my past videos on coaching for mental fitness, yung iba, okay? Then ito, yes, listening to soothing music. So listening to music can have a very relaxing effect on your body. Now, you have to be mindful to become intentional on what music you choose. Usually, you go for nature music, you go for classical music, di ba? Kaya nga, di ba yung mga baby, pagbuti, sinasabi, you listen to classical music because tatalino yung bata. There is actually a science to it. Now, syempre, pag hindi naman tayo bata, pwede pa rin, di ba? Classical music para na-activate yung brain natin. And of course, you want to be mindful that if you're already experiencing stress and anxiety, you want to stay away from music that promotes your emotions to be triggered. So, ibig sabihin nito, music that promotes for you to ruminate. Ibig sabihin, yung mga naruruminate mo, yung past experiences mo, yung mga emotions mo na mga hinanakit, hashtag dahil sa music, huhugot ka. So, you want to be able to really avoid and stay away from that music and go for music that as well upbeat and you will allow you to have a better mood. Alam mo yung mapapasayaw pa. So you want to go towards those kinds of music. And did you know that slow-paced instrumental music can induce the relaxation response by helping lower down your blood pressure and heart rate as well as your stress hormones. Ayan. So, meron po talaga siyang scientific study. Sabi nila, okay. Crystal is joining. Hello, Crystal. Welcome. It's your first time. It's my first time seeing you as well, no. Sabi ni Risha, kailangan natin tunay. Oo, si Mami Ludi, ayan, sabi. Anak ko, ayan na si Mimi, sabi niya, naku, coach, sa weak songs help you ruminate. Hugot is real. Now, yan yung sinasabi ko, no? If you're already experiencing anxiety and stress, you want to be able to avoid those kinds of music. Even actually, if you're not experiencing stress and anxiety, you want to be able to avoid those kind of music kasi naturally, mag-ruminate ka. And usually, when you ruminate, you get into the cycle of having negative thoughts. So automatically siya, hindi natin napoprotect yung mental health natin. We are not able to protect our emotions as well. So eventually, babagsak yung emotions natin. And of course, I'm sure you know the rest. And of course, I'm sure you've seen this, avoid alcohol and smoking. So alcohol is a natural sedative. So 'di ba yung iba pag stress sila, anxious sila, they grab an alcohol. So drinking a glass of wine or a whiskey or basta alcohol no, when your nerves are shot, ibig sabihin high yung nerves natin eh. It may calm you at first, but once it is over, once wala na yung effect ng booze, eventually, anxiety will return with a vengeance. Mas malakas siya. So if you rely on alcohol to relieve anxiety instead of treating and looking into the real source of, or sabi nga ni Nini, no, the triggers of your anxiety, you may actually eventually develop alcohol dependence. Yan siya. So, yung mga sinasabi na nagiging alcoholic, dito po siya galing. And of course, smoking. So, smokers often reach for a cigarette, especially during stressful times. We can all see that, no? And of course, like drinking alcohol, taking cigarettes when your stress is again a quick fix that may eventually worsen your anxiety over time, because again, if you don't get to address the source of your anxiety, it will keep on repeating. Again, what you resist will continue to persist, and it's the same with your anxiety. So there's a research that has shown that the earlier you start smoking in life, the higher your risk of developing anxiety disorders later in life. And research also shows and suggests that nicotine and other chemicals in cigarette smokers or in cigarette smoke alter the pathways in the brain linked to anxiety. Now, again, if you are now someone who has this, ibig sabihin, coach, meron na ako nito eh. I am sure I am hydrated. I look out for what I eat. I have supplements. I exercise, I don't smoke, I don't do alcohol, but still anxiety persists, then here is another way for you to be able to reduce anxiety. So if you look at this figure, this is the cycle of your anxiety. It starts with your thoughts, and then eventually as the thoughts come in, it will dictate your moods. Then, of course, yung moods na dyan, si nervousness, lalabas na si nervousness, si anxiousness, si panic attack. Then, of course, your physical functioning becomes impaired, and it will manifest in your physical functioning. So, it can be rapid heartbeat, sweating, kahit na walang heat, and your brain chemistry, of course, changes. You have dry mouth. So, ito na yung magpapanik ka na, napapansin mo na, nagpapanik ka, you get the physical effects of anxiety, and now it translates to your behavior. Now, behavior, you get to limit activities, ayaw mo nang gumalaw, you avoid people, you get to begin to isolate yourself, and your safety behavior mo, yan, you just isolate. And eventually, if this cycle keeps on going, you don't get to really address your thoughts, then eventually, it will become big. Kasi cycle siya, it's a flow. Okay? So what can you do to reduce anxiety? Here, I will be sharing with you. So first is, of course, know your anxiety. Since it starts with the thoughts, then, of course, look into the source of your anxiety. Okay. Yan. Okay, again, ordinary anxiety is a feeling that comes and goes, but of course, usually anxiety doesn't interfere with your everyday life. So if it gets worse, so you want to be able to look into it. So again, know your anxieties. So you want to be able to write down what you think are the triggers. Ano yung nagtitrigger ng anxiety mo? If you don't know yet your triggers, then you can start as look back into yung pinaka-recent mo, no? Na attack of anxiety, bouts of anxiety, and you want to look back what caused it. Ano yung nangyari before? Ano yung ginagawa mo before that eventually triggered the anxiety? So you want to be able to write down what exactly is causing the anxiety. And note down, of course, if you are able to already know the triggers, no, you want to as well write down notes, write down ways that you can change the outcome the next time that it happens. Okay, knowing that you're up against is the key. So again, people say that they want to become better from their anxieties, they want to change, but they don't want to look into their anxiety. So it will not work because you cannot change something that you don't know, and you cannot as well cure and heal something that you don't know. Saan ba siya area in your life that is broken to begin with for healing to come in? So the way for you to really reduce anxiety and address anxiety is to get to know your anxiety. So knowing what you're up against is the key to feeling better about yourself and your current situation. Now, of course, as you get to know your your anxiety, then the next one, if of course, is breathing, diba? Of course, we all know that when you experience anxiety, alam mo yung may shortness of breath, nandun kasi talaga yan. Now, once you've pinpointed the things that you need to change, the things that triggers your anxiety, now you want to be able to sit back and take a deep breath. Okay? So this form of relaxation can actually help you to calm your racing heart and give you more peace of mind. Because when we experience anxiety, we are often not aware that we experience rapid breathing from anxiety, which eventually leads to panic attack kasi nga nawawalan ng air yung system natin and walang nagfo-flow sa brain, so automatically nare-recognize ng brain yon as something that is a threat, na parang mamamatay siya kasi walang oxygen. Okay? So eventually that leads to panic attack. So again, don't let it get that far. So you want to make sure that you are mindful of your breathing. So you want to be able to breathe deeply and slowly, especially if you feel that the anxiousness is going to kick in. Nafe-feel kasi yan. Honestly, you can feel it. You can feel it if papalo na siya. So you want to be able to manage it, to handle it before it strikes. So you want to be able to breathe and calm yourself down. And of course, next one is for you to visualize. Now, when you talk about visualization, one of the most effective ways to overcome anxiety is, of course, the technique of visualization. So you want to choose a quiet space in your home. You want to, depending on what rituals that you have, and then you want to be able to close your eyes. But you want to make sure that you are present, nandoon ka, ha? Hindi ka lulutang. Okay? Okay, you want to imagine yourself in an ideal situation, and you want to see how calm, how it is that you feel, how calm you are. And you want to, of course, visualize letting go of your worries. And you want to think about happiness, how happy you will become once your source of stress has been diminished pag nawala ni source of stress mo. So the positive visualization can actually help you move towards a happier vision you've created in your mind because you already have the picture in your mind. Naturally, the brain works in ways that they want to make what you think a reality. So automatically magwo-work na yung brain mo, excuse me, on ways for you to be able to make and handle the stress kasi nga na-visualize mo na siya. Next is, of course, use positive affirmations and gratitude. Kaya to ng boses. Okay. So when things get tough, you feel, of course, we feel, di ba, that we are losing ourselves. Parang di na natin makontrol. And a repeat of a positive statement over and over in your head, for example, nagpapanik ka. Usually, di ba sinasabi mo, nagpapanik ako, nagpapanik ako, nagpapanik ako. Then you want to be able to use it on a positive statement. I can handle this, I can handle this, I can handle this. I am empowered to handle this. Pwede siya, paulit-ulit. And eventually, you will come down. Yun siya. That's the really, the power of using positive statements over and over in your head. So example, if you need a job, you can repeat something like, I'm invaluable and hardworking. Instead of questioning yourself, you want to really make positive statements because oftentimes stress and anxiety is triggered because we keep on doubting ourselves, we keep on questioning ourselves. So reaffirming positive thoughts repeatedly can help you believe that anything is possible. So that's really the beauty of your mind because your mind is endless. The power of your mind is really, really endless. And of course, gratitude. There is a scientific study that when you do gratitude, when you write it down, something that you are grateful in your life, it releases endorphins, it releases serotonin. So again, if you want to know about the science of gratitude, I encourage you to search through the other past episodes of mental fitness, coaching for mental fitness, because I have discussed that as well. And of course, ayan, yung next natin is diet and exercise. Ayan na naman tayo, coach, sa diet and exercise. Well, technically, because eating a well-balanced diet and exercising can physically help you handle stress and anxiety. Because the stronger your body is, the stronger your mind becomes. Directly linked din kasi siya. And it is a fact. And again, if you, on the other side, abuse your body with junk foods, masakit, hashtag guilty, with junk foods, with drugs, with alcohol, your body and mind will react, of course, in a very negative way. So you want to be able to take good care of your body and it will help take care of your worries. Now, again, if you have all this, pero it still doesn't work, or you don't know where to start, especially in terms of knowing your anxiety, of knowing your triggers, or you are fearful, um, or you're doubting na tipong, coach, I want to explore my anxieties, I want to explore my triggers, but I am afraid that when I do, it will trigger my anxiety. Then, of course, the last one is seek professional help and support, because you want to be able to have someone to journey with you, to talk to. And again, professional. It has to be someone who is professional and equipped to help you process your thoughts. Hindi po pwede ang family and friends when it comes to intervention. Because again, when you talk about family and friends, they are not well learned, they are not well educated in terms of mental health. They don't have the skills, of course, and they have their very own judgments of who you are. Kaya nga, di ba, naturally, you can't say everything to your family and friends because we are afraid na ano kaya yung iisipin niya. Then, seek support, seek professional help and support. You want to be able to talk to someone who has been in the same situation and has eventually overcome it, but not to give you an advice, but to help you look into yourself and empower you to discover yourself and discover on ways how you can uniquely and personally manage your own anxieties. So reaching out again to professional help can do wonders to help you get rid of your anxiety disorder, your mental health challenges. How do I know? Because I am one, no, I am a product of getting help and support. In my case, it's a life coach. In my case, it's Master Coach A. So once you've, of course, seen someone who have this situation and they professionally know how to handle this, it gives you hope. It gives you it, and it allows you to experience hope that you can do the same and you can come out victorious and you don't have to always allow anxiety to control your life. Yan. Yan. Tinitignan ko yung comment before I proceed, no? So sabi ni Risha, this is what I need, coach. Ayan. Ayan. So you're welcome. Okay? So with that, of course, I would like to invite you, if you're someone who needs, no, there's someone who wants to journey with you, then I invite you to connect with me. So these are my details, my beats, yung mga ibang term nila doon. These are my details. Again, know that anxiety is a normal and often healthy emotions if you know how to use anxiety. Kasi di ba yung anxiety is a fear response, fear of things to come. Now, a positive way of using your anxiety is you know that you are fearful, so you are going to take action in order for what you are fearful about to not happen. But oftentimes, we allow anxiety to allow us to have the regular feeling of disproportionate levels of stress, of emotion, and it eventually, we want to be able to prevent it to becoming a mental health condition. Now, if you are someone as well who is already there, ibig sabihin meron ka na nun, may clinical diagnosis ka na, or wala ka pang clinical diagnosis but you know that you are suffering from it, but you are afraid, to go to the doctor, then I invite you to connect with me. Because if you don't know how to handle your anxiety, it will be difficult for you to go through a journey through life. Because as I said, anxiety is just a normal and a part of your everyday life. So how you choose to manage them is what makes the difference. So you can stop letting anxiety control you. So you can take the reins and let anxiety and worries know that you are the one in control of your life and not the other way around. And of course, as you connect with me, pag nandiyan kayo, hashtag gift, you can put hashtag gift because I can give you this free toolkit on free yourself from anxiety and allow me to journey with you, allow me to have a coaching session with you where we can discover ways on how to free yourself from anxiety. And of course, save the date for the culminating activity of our 20-week learning journey as scholars and as public speakers inside Coach A Tribe Speaks. So it is a virtual event dubbed as Samut Summit. Ayan. So it's very Pinoy, di ba? Samut Sari. Ayan. So Samut Summit virtual event. And know that public speaking is a learnable skill. So we have been journeying for 20 weeks and in 20 weeks and I along with other speakers, no, so we are 20 trained speakers who will be showing up for the finale of our class, no, in session with, of course, Master Coach A, who is the master and creator of the program. And of course, miss not the opportunity to watch us live and doing, of course, and showing up for the 5-minute talk challenge. And this is going to be hosted by, of course, Master Coach A. And this will be via private Zoom meeting on August 10th, 6 p.m. onwards, and August 11th, 4 p.m. onwards. This is no monetary investment to join, but registration is required and subject to approval. So I'm very excited. So I rarely do um share and talk about faith, especially when it comes to mental fitness. But yes, for this summit, I will be talking beyond concept mental fitness through the lens of faith. So one of the key things that I will be addressing there is healing possible for mental illness? Is healing really possible? And what is the secret sauce for you to heal from your mental condition? Because it is possible, because my life is a testimony of that powerful healing. And of course, I would like to share this with you in a 5-minute talk. So I'm sure, I think someone, ayan, si Mimi, si Alen, and si Risha. Hello. Ayan na, nag-hashtag gift. So, okay. I will be connecting with you guys. With you ladies. Ayan. So, again, it's a no monetary investment to join, but registration is required and subject to approval. And as I end this conversation, let me invite you to be part of what we are doing as an organization of professional certified life coaches here. So if you are not yet a smart holder of the Be Learning e-card, let me invite you to personally become a mental model collector like us and be part of the Be Learning Society, which is the 10th maker of Be Learning Homes for Mental Fitness. And of course, as a Be Learning e-card holder, you'll get a 5% food and beverage discount from Decaf Coffee Republic. You get a full access pass to the live monthly mental model masterclass by Master Coach A. Plus, you get a 90-minute free coaching session with senior coaches from Life Coach Philippines. So just in case you are new to the concept of mental model and you're asking in your mind, no, coach, ano ba yung mental model? And ano nga ba yung importance ng mental model? Bakit kailangan kong aralin? Bakit kailangan kong alamin? Well, the mental model is an explanation of how something works. It is a concept, it is a framework, it is the worldview that you carry around in your mind to help you interpret the world and understand the relationship between things. And mental models are actually your deeply held beliefs about how the world works. So pagkasama dito yung coach, yung mga limiting beliefs, yes, kasama po dito yan sa mental models. And it is important because as you learn more about mental models, There are actually at least 600 mental models out there. So when you get to learn about mental models, you get to build up the base of your most valuable and universal mental models that helps you because if you know we all have our tree of wisdom, no? So when you get to learn about mental models, you get to build up the trunks, yung foundation ng knowledge mo that you can use for the rest of your life. And if you're someone who's looking into coaching for mental preparedness, I have been talking about mental preparedness. For you to become mentally prepared as well for situations is actually a mental model as well. So ganun siya ka-important that you can use it really for your mental health. And mental models are a critical category of knowledge that gets more relevant over time. And you can use this to apply into a different array of domains in your life. You can really apply this. And of course, the next mental model masterclass is on August 21, which is a Saturday at 7 p.m. And Master Coach will cover the polymath mental model. So you get to learn how you can combine skills and become the superstar in your field. So if you've heard of the jack of all trades, master of none, this is actually a mental model. And this has been given a negative connotation. So in this mental model masterclass, we will get to explore na that this actually is something that is unique and you can use for your own success. So the example of people who are successful polymaths are Elon Musk, Steve Jobs, Thomas Edison, Leonardo da Vinci. Ayan, so sila yan. Ben Franklin. Okay? So you get to discover why the polymaths will win this 21st century. So if you find yourself, you're someone who keeps on exploring, alam mo yung madami kang talents, madami kang skills, then I'm sure this will resonate with you. This class will resonate with you. So register now. You can connect with me or connect with Coach Giselle through 0917-586-1661 to know more about this and for your registration assistance. Now, for individuals who intend to embark on a journey of becoming a certified life coach, Master Coach A now offers co-actively co-create life coach certification program. So this is a comprehensive approach to learning and mastering life coaching as an active process of creating a new path to achieving results in life so that success is inevitable in every coaching relationship and includes a 21-day web-based learning, a 3-day live coaching bootcamp with Master Coach A, and a 3-day live business bootcamp with Senior Coaching Team. And the program package also comes with many other bonuses. So connect with Coach Rizal to 0917-586-1661 to discover the opportunities awaiting for you in this very, very, very fulfilling profession in a profession that is actually the second fastest growing profession in the world today and a profession that can help you make a contribution to the community, which is actually part of building a mentally fit and a mentally well life. Okay, so do join us for another coaching conversation tomorrow with Coach Orville for coaching for courageous living at 10 a.m. With Master Coach Hasmin for coaching for frontliners at 2 p.m. and Coach Joanna for coaching for moms in transition at 4 p.m. So once again, this is Coach Candee Teng at maaraw na po. This is Coach Candee Teng from Life Coach Philippines for coaching Think Talk because coaches like us think and talk like this. And this is us in the Philippines. Love and boom, love and boom, love and boom. Bye-bye.